Welcome to the Pink Lady Posse podcast, where women over 50 take a fresh look at living, toss out tired stereotypes, and say a big heck yes to what's next. I'm your host, Sandy Parker, and around here, we challenge limitations, rewrite the story on aging, and reclaim our power, pleasure, and purpose. Why? Our next years are not about a decline. They are our big reveal. Let's go. This is Suzanne King, and I am so happy to introduce her to you because, and interestingly enough, she's a genius. She's a marketing whiz. She's a coach. She can help you make money. She's all that in a bag of tricks.
Thank you.
But what I love about her is that she has integrity. Like, I didn't worry this morning if she was going to be here because I know Suzanne King. But there is not that feeling about everybody.
No, I know.
So I want to go back in the conversation we were having because it's really touching me. And it's all of us, maybe not right now only, maybe always right now, right? So you were talking about the certifications you have.
Yeah.
And how they came to be was from what?
Insecurity, urgency, not feeling smart enough, good enough, whatever, imposter syndrome. The online space can be. I had a very successful health coaching practice, and I was doing some consulting in the dental space because I had a 20-year career as a hygienist. I was making great money, but in 2009, I came online for my business. And it was everybody doing so much better than me. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel good enough. But you put me in my in-person business. I taught fitness classes at a gym and I kicked butt. Like, if I substituted for a class and people were used to some other instructor and they walked in the room and saw it was me, they were like, oh. And I loved that. I had this just dynamic, fun job. And I came into the online space and I was like, oh, now I don't feel good enough. Now I don't feel young enough, smart enough, sexy enough. Like I'm not making $100,000 a month. So what do I know? And it took years to get out of that comparisonitis. And I think that's the number one thing when I look at my group coaching clients, the beginners who are in my course. That's the number one thing I want them to tackle first. Don't look at what other people are doing and understand that anything most people post online or in a Facebook ad, 98% of it is fake just to get you to click and buy something. And that I think I'm really passionate about people understanding that. And, have I paid $20,000 to someone to learn how to have a successful Facebook group? Yes. And learned very, very quickly that the only reason that was working for him is because nobody could have a successful Facebook group and people were looking for that solution and he sold that solution. That's the only reason it worked for him. So it was kind of like this moment of, oh, that works for him because nobody can do it. He found a niche to sell to people. And so he says it works, but it doesn't work in another niche. So that's why it was so important for me to stand in the coaching is custom. It's co-created in conversation with your coach. And if you don't have that, you have a course or you have a group coaching program,
Hmm.
period. So
Well,
that's kind of where I reduced my own urgency a little bit.
well, and you also became familiar with what you do know,
Mm. Hmm.
right? You know what you do know, what you know, and you know how to teach it. So
Yeah.
all the other 4 million things that are possibilities are not really right here, right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, well, that brings a confidence layer to what I do without being, can I curse? Because
Sure.
it would add value to this.
Go, go, go.
I can be myself and be confident without being an asshole about it.
Hmm.
And I'm going to give this really great example. I listened to a webinar over the weekend. It was 2.5 hours. And I listened to it while I was cleaning. I had my earbuds in, I was home alone. And it's a world famous influencer. Not going to mention who, doesn't matter because this is so, so common. She had over 1,000 people on this webinar. Great, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a little like, oh, I want to talk to 1,000 people. That would
I
be
know.
amazing, especially in the Zoom room. How cool. And in 2.5 hours, I never once felt the urge to pick up a pen and write anything down. There was nothing of value. There was no teaching whatsoever. It was 40 minutes about talking about herself and
Uh,
stuff she used to do 30 years ago. Name
mm,
dropping. I worked for this person. 30 years ago, you worked for that person. And I, I just understand that that's not how I will ever be. And if that's what's required in the online space, I don't want it.
right.
And if somebody spends 2.5 hours with me, they're going to be so fire hosed and so like, oh my God, I just feel like I spent 3 months with a coach. That's what I want. And that reduced my own urgency about getting there. Just be who you want to be,
Mhm.
deliver it the way you want to deliver it, Suzanne. And if it's not the right formula for a webinar, who cares? And that brought peace to me.
I'm just sitting in that peace.
Mm,
Like I was just thinking, anybody who drops in this conversation gets so much more than words.
mm.
They get us, like they get to
Yeah,
sit in this for a minute
yeah,
and be enough.
yeah.
Enough.
Hmm.
Well, what caused this podcast, which actually I would have you on every day because we've got 4,000 things to talk about.
Yeah,
But
we
I
do.
got an email from you about your
Hmm.
Substack, and I think I read 8 sentences, and
Uh-huh.
I went, we got to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read you the first ones, right?
Okay. Yeah.
There was a long stretch of my life where every day felt urgent. Uh, I woke up with a low grade panic that I was already behind. My mind immediately scanned what needed to be done, and no matter how much I finished, I went to bed with the same feeling.
Mhm.
It wasn't enough. Enough emails answered, enough progress made, enough momentum. I'm like, oh, Suzanne,
I
rescue
know.
us. And then the topic became urgency. And you said, what I didn't realize, but I wasn't dealing with a productivity problem. I was dealing with misorientation.
Hmm.
And what does that mean?
For me, it
Yeah.
meant that I was oriented in this space of certain numbers,
Mm-hmm.
whether I was chasing likes or follows or number of clients or hours coached. It was always a metric that I was never going to reach, because when I reached a metric, number of sales, number of clients, I would move the needle. And I was always like that with fitness, where, oh, if I can, cycle 60 miles in 60 minutes,
Yeah.
I move the needle and want more. And, at 59 years old, I can't perform athletically like I did at 24.
But you're a beast in the digital world. You are like moving and grooving. You may not see it
But I
because,
don't measure it by that,
well,
right?
how do you measure
Anymore.
it? Yeah, yeah,
By
yeah.
the impact, by the fact that you read something I wrote that was vulnerable, that was real,
Hmm.
and you messaged me. That's how I
Absolutely.
measure
Hmm.
what I'm doing. And, in reality, I have two other businesses that generate money that nobody knows about. They're over here, and I really don't do much with them, and they run. So here, I don't need to do anything for money. Well, that awareness for me,
Hmm.
it took my husband saying to me, "What the heck are you doing so anxious and urgent all the time? You have your essential oil business and you have your agency that you're partnered in that bring in revenue every month. You have your inheritance. We have college paid for. Um, what's with the panic all the time?" And I was like, well, I didn't like that answer or that question. I was like, hmm. And he said, do you really need to chase income or chase numbers? And the very next week, I met my mentor, and she said the same exact thing to
No
me.
way.
Yep, yep.
The messages will surface, will they not?
I mean, it was like my journal was telling me, like I was writing things telling me, and this was about 3 years ago. Um, and then I'm running a networking event, not even my own event, an event for someone else. And my mentor was in the audience, or she was attending that event. And she messaged me during the Zoom event. This was during COVID. And she said, I don't know who you are, but why are you leading this meeting for someone else? You're a rock star and need to be doing this for yourself. She didn't know that I was already dabbling doing it myself.
But what a message.
Oh, and it was just hitting me from all over the universe, this message of owning your worth, working less, stop chasing. Um, my coach at the time said, I told him I was going away on vacation. And he said, great, delete email and social media from your phone before you go. I panicked.
Did you?
Oh, 100%, 100% panic. But I knew I had to do it. And on day 3 of that vacation, my son, who was about 14 maybe 13 at the time, looked at me on day 3 and said, "You're not working this vacation?" I said, "I never work on vacation." He said, "Yes, you do. Your phone is always in your hands." And that cured the urgency for me.
Beautiful. Now, in this writing, you are telling me that it feels productive,
Yep.
that it creates motion,
Mm-hmm.
adrenaline,
Yeah.
which I want to come back to that, and
Yeah.
an illusion of importance, but
Mm-hmm.
it could really be uh, a symptom of something else.
Yeah.
But the one thing, the sentence, this writing is beautiful.
Thank you.
I love this sentence. It collapses discernment.
Mm-hmm. Because
Now,
everything's important.
so I'm gonna just throw in a confession right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 70 in April, and I'm like the oldest tech groupie in every little group at
Let's form a
almost every.
club.
I
Let's form
know.
a club.
But when AI became buzzy
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was doing buzzy things, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm way behind. I got to
Mm-hmm.
learn this. And I took class after class after
Mm-hmm.
class.
Same. Same.
There now I realize I finally gave myself a little slack. I can take every class that passes my way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all going to be different tomorrow.
Yes.
So what am I chasing? Like exactly how many of these GPTs do I need to own or operate or so I kind of got that feeling like,
Yeah.
oh, there's not an end. Now, what do I want to put my attention on?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had lost discernment. I bet I spent $100 20 times.
Oh, yeah.
30, maybe 30 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
when you said that you lose discernment, I really have sort of parted the waters now to not take every class because, of course, the first time you do 5 classes, now you get 20 in your email every day. So I finally said, okay, you know what? I don't need every AI learning that's a training that's out there.
Yeah.
So what's not my lane as in everything else isn't, but what matters most to me?
Yeah.
And so but the Pink Lady Posse was born out of that because when my husband died, I was alone a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I had my hips and knees replaced, I was down a lot.
Yeah.
COVID, and I thought, in these times, people need each other,
Yeah.
even if it's online, even if it's
Oh, I,
virtual.
I think that is part of the rewarding piece for me. Um, I have this monthly meeting that's for everybody in my community, and it's the first Monday of the month. So it was
Mhm.
just yesterday. And somebody who's a very, very beginner business owner, she's been in my world for about 8, 9 months. She's going at her own pace, which is beautiful. She's
Perfect.
going through
Yeah.
my course content at her own pace. And she got, she works for a family member and she got fired on Sunday.
Mm-mm.
And she came to the meeting raw and vulnerable and said, this is it. This is, I've been learning and developing my own thing now for 8 months, and it's time to do it because I just got forced into doing
Sure.
it.
Right.
And she started to get a little choked up, and everybody in the room, there was about 18, 19 people, some of whom she didn't know, who all gave her support and encouragement. They're all at different points in their journey. I didn't have to do anything on that call. Of course, I did. Um, and we're still messaging back and forth on WhatsApp, but she got the support she needed and she wasn't going to say anything. She was
Mm.
going to hide and not be vulnerable. And gosh, if I can facilitate one of those a day, amazing.
So
Amazing.
amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back now, even though we're hopping a little off the urgent trail, but maybe not, to this adrenaline
Yeah.
and this sense of like I had a massage yesterday because my back, my shoulders like, I'm
Hmm.
like, what is this? What is
It's this.
that?
It's this. And hurry up, get it done. Hurry up, get it done. Hurry up, get it done.
Well, if you're a healthy type,
Hmm.
I think maybe it's oxidative stress.
Could be.
Well, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I
But
don't
it's
know.
like these words everybody's throwing around are like
Mhm.
panic and urgency and stress and anxiety. And I mean, there is that
Yeah,
in the atmosphere.
I think so.
And so if I'm going to live a life of my worth,
Hmm.
then I have to.
Quick question. Have you noticed how easy it is to drift through this season of life? Not unhappy, just slightly checked out. Yeah, that. At Think Pink, we don't fix women. We help them come alive again. Honest conversation. Easy occasions for discovery. No duct taping a smile over burnout. No reinvent your entire life by Tuesday. Just people who care and gentle nudges that help you feel like yourself again. I mean, the truth is, you can't be your best self by yourself. If that sentence made something in you nod, we made a free Think Pink starter gift just for you. Come take a look. No fixing, just connection. Go to pinkladyposse.com and click on Think Pink. Stay awake to your own life and not alone.
And so if I'm going to live a life of my worth,
Hmm.
then I have to be able to discern what I spend my time on, what I give my attention to. And you said here, urgency is not a requirement.
Hmm.
It's a sign of unclear priorities.
I think so because I know for me, if everything's important, then nothing was important. And if I'm giving my attention to everything on my to-do list is massive.
Oh,
Like it's
imagine.
massive. Whether it's my personal to-do list as a mom, as a wife, is it a business owner to-do list? Is it a client to-do list? I'm partners in an agency. I stay out of that as much as possible because that's just a rabbit hole I can't get involved in. But for my own personal desires and things I want, I wasn't giving them the amount of time required to do them and then just feeling bad about not getting them accomplished.
Mhm.
So I think one of the most important things to get rid of urgency is decide the lifestyle first, design the business around it.
Mhm.
Because so many times we have a business and it just kind of grows and develops and you haven't designed your lifestyle. And then I noticed I'm having meetings at 7 a.m. while I'm walking. I'm, starting to see clients at 8 a.m. when I drop my son off for school at 7:30 or 7:20. And I'm like, I gotta come home, shower. There's no time to sit and journal and have coffee and talk to my husband in the morning. So I try to teach my clients to design a lifestyle. Like, how many hours do you want to work a week?
Mhm.
And then if it's 20, is your personal development and your learning in that 20, or are we saying 20 client facing hours?
Mhm.
And they look at me and they're like, oh, like we're going to get granular here. Yes, yes, because I want every Monday off. I want Monday off so that Sunday night I'm not starting Monday's work
Yeah, boy.
just to get ahead for Monday. Dumb,
Well,
dumb.
and what I've noticed, of course, I've got many years to practice this,
Mhm.
is if you start something and don't complete it, or you start something and it doesn't go well, or something over time, you can erode your own self-trust.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
just get this feeling that I don't even know why I should start again because every other, that sort of weird
Hmm.
meh.
Yeah,
So self-trust is
is huge.
built up.
Hmm.
It can be torn down, but it can be built up.
Absolutely. And I think that is goes to your ethics and your morals, doing what you say, saying what you know, what your truth is, standing in your own, I can't have a client spend less time sitting if I'm sitting all day. Like
Right.
that's hypocritical to me. So
Right.
I can't teach a client to be more productive. I can't preach less urgency if I'm a stressed out hot mess. So
All
I
right.
think there's that.
There's another word in here that I wanted to find. Now
Okay.
it was, now tell me I can't find it. Hold on, the not to do list.
Yeah, my favorite.
Tell
Yeah,
me.
it's a Tony Robbins thing,
Yeah.
and it's basically there's two activities from him that I absolutely love. And the first is called 7 layers deep. So you tell me your why for having a business, and then I ask you why 7 times. And
Mm.
so, why do you want that? Why do you want that? And we get to a really granular level. And when I did that for myself the first time, I wanted to have a coaching practice and make a difference for people in their businesses because I wanted that when I was 24 and nobody would help me when I had my first business. There wasn't even social media or internet when I had my first business. And I looked for mentorship and help. And I looked like I was 15 years old when I was 24, and no one would give me the time of day. So I want to be that for other people. And that when I got to that, making money is great. Being in the public eye is fun for me. Speaking on stages is fun. Teaching is fun. But making a difference for people because it's what I needed when I was 24,
Mm.
getting to that why was really cool.
Oh,
Well, in order to stay in that why, the not to-do list came up. And what are the things you're not willing to accept anymore? Whether it's somebody who can't afford to work with you, or somebody treating you badly, or maybe it's somebody coming to your coaching group and disrupting things with their own agenda or their sales pitching everyone. So I've had numerous people come into my world, my community, and they joined just to get my people and pitch every single
oh,
one of them.
please.
Every single one got a sales pitch from numerous people. And like private messages like, "Oh, Suzanne said to meet with me and talk about your
What?
business." Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
And so I had to step into being this leader that I never intended on being. And that was on my not to do list is I don't allow people to come into my community and do that to other people because I don't want it done to me.
Oh, yay,
Right?
yay, yay. Oh, it's horrible. It's so
So,
manipulative.
Yes.
It's like you're
Yes.
so transparent.
Hmm.
Go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm in speaking, I love to speak too, and I just did my TEDx
Oh,
talk.
amazing.
It was so wonderful. And one of the topics that I care about is let the last part of your life be a reveal, not a
Mm.
decline. You know,
Yes.
and what I'm speaking on at the Be More conference is you have a say.
Hmm.
You never don't have a say.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you would say if you had one,
Yeah.
that's a great place to really think. What?
Well, I think that the not to do list is a great start,
Hmm.
even if it has nothing to do with your business.
Right.
Um, Part of my not to do list is when I go on vacation, there's no email, none for a week. I don't touch it. And literally, my paying clients can WhatsApp me. Why do I need to look at email? I don't. That's a fake urgency. Put it on the not to do list. And it started to grow. From my not to do list is probably larger than my to do list now. Because as you grow, as you up level, as you increase your pricing, as you increase your popularity, as you grow your email list, well, the not to do list, if it doesn't grow, your to do list is unmanageable. And that
Right.
I didn't want to have a business where I had to have four assistants. I wanted one assistant and me. And to me, that's a lifestyle. No, other people want other things, and that's totally fine. But the not to do list was really more about me valuing myself. Like, I don't discount my prices, period. So if I become that when I'm in conversation with somebody and they say how much it is, they say, how much is it, Suzanne? How much is that package? Or how much is it to work with you for a year? There's no doubt in my mind how much it is. And, and this is something a lot of entrepreneurs do, they base their pricing on the person in front of them. And I used to do that.
Well, I've never done that, but I have made payments to a coaching program I should have never been in.
Me too.
Like,
Yes.
and I was so convinced it was my only cure. It was like, if I do this, it'll
Hmm.
be solved. If I don't do this, it
Mm.
never will. I mean, I just really felt that way. And then I got in it and I went, oh, it's
Yeah.
not like that, you
Yeah.
know? Well, the
Well,
other
because
thing
all of the wisdom you need is within you.
with guidance. Well, the other thing I read you said was you limit who has access to you.
Yes.
How do you do that? I mean,
Eeh.
how do you do that?
It was a work in progress.
Yeah.
Um, I don't do get to know you calls anymore. I used to do a lot of that, networking calls, and they weren't getting me anywhere. Um, People that have the time to do that, in my opinion, if you're doing that 10 hours a week or 10 hours a month, even with anybody who wants to get on your calendar, you don't have a not to do list and you definitely don't have your business priorities
Okay, so let me
straight.
ask you this. Let's say I want to get to know you or I want to
Hmm.
connect and see what we can do together, like really
Yeah.
good intentions.
Hmm.
If we don't do a get acquainted call, what's the way people get acquainted with you?
Come to something I do.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you
I
have
I have
access.
there I limit, well, I filter the
Yeah, there you go.
access. So, um if someone wants to get to me, well, they comment on something that I write, message me maybe.
Hmm.
Um Most of the time I choose them. I mean,
Well, I know we met making comments to each
hmm
other and
hmm
then sort of following the same track of learning on things.
yeah,
Um, and so I built my assumption of what I knew of you from the actions I see you take and the
yeah,
messages I see you post.
yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm just about over is people want to sell me something.
hmm
And hey, you look like a nice person. You might want to be healthy. If you just take this blah blah blah, I'm like, I mean, I just unfriend them one at a time.
Yes.
I
Same.
don't know who thinks that's the right way to go about it, but I'm like, that's unfortunate
Well,
for them.
somebody's out there teaching it or it wouldn't be happening.
I know.
That's all I have to say about that.
Uh,
But it never resonated with me to, and I'll tell you, I've picked some total strangers to be on my podcast. Um, Total strangers from their LinkedIn profile.
cool.
Oh, I like her. Hmm. Send a message. I like what you do. I like how you say you do it. Like your vibe.
Hmm.
Would you want to have a conversation, get to know each other on my podcast?
Hmm. Great idea.
Well, if they're brave enough to come to a live conversation and get to know me and me them, they're not going to pitch me on that call.
I
So,
surely hope not.
well, it hasn't happened yet. I'm sure it will.
Knock on plastic. I got my
Yeah.
IKEA desk here, my
Yeah.
hot red IKEA desk.
Yeah.
So the people that I'll be guiding to listen to this are
Mm-hmm.
women 50 plus, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80, somewhere
Love
in
it.
there. And if you had like a one solid message
Mm-hmm.
that you and I said I'm all ears, what would you say to that group of women? Like what's in your heart to say,
Mm.
well, why do you smile like that?
Because it's mischievous a little bit.
Who go?
Um, it's you're intellectually, you are so much smarter and sexier than you were when you were 30,
Mm,
and people need that. And while your body might not look the same, while there might be some wrinkles, I think that comes with a really sexy brain and wisdom and your unique genius, and step into it and embrace that third chapter of life with gusto, with, uh, I don't know, most of my clients are men and they're attracted to who I am in my being, not because I look like a supermodel, right? It's the personality and the frankness and the directness and you know, as older women, we have an opportunity to be mentors and that, what do they call it? The crone stage of life,
mhm.
when we're giving that wisdom to others. And it's so, so important.
Yeah, I was talking with somebody yesterday and they said, gosh, there must be a lot of women that need what you have.
hmm
I said,
hmm
you know what? And this just came out of my mouth, but I'm remembering it and liking it today. I'm not having a campfire. I want a revolution.
Ooh, that's good.
right? I don't need a
Yeah.
bunch of needy women to sit around. Like, and
Yeah.
say, oh, we're getting old. I said, no, let's change getting older.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're young, you want to fit in. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're in the mother, you want to be responsible. And then the kids
Yep.
go, hey, I got no agenda but making a difference,
Yeah.
having a great time doing it.
Yes. I don't want to join a sewing circle. I want to join a badass group of wise women who are owning their shit in a whole new way because we don't have to care
Because
about
why
what
not?
other people think. Why not?
I
Why not?
know.
Yeah.
Well, I know Tom Landry used to say he went to my church
Mm.
and he said, don't let the urgent outweigh the important.
Ooh, I love that.
And when you said your son said, you're not working on this vacation,
Hmm.
that is the important.
Yeah.
And I wake up and check my calendar. What's my day going to be like? Like I
Mhm.
set it up, so I should know.
Yeah.
And
My
I get to
Tuesdays look
choose.
different than Monday, and my Wednesdays look different than Tuesday, and I like it that way. Um, and some days in the past, if there was not a certain dollar amount at the end of the day, I didn't feel like I accomplished anything. Yeah.
Well, in my TED talk, I said, I looked at my list, my do list, you
Hmm.
know, hair appointment, PT, this is entirely maintenance, 100% maintenance, 0% confetti.
Oh.
And I don't want to live like that.
Mm-mm.
So that's where I want to turn the corner on how much confetti can you fill in a day,
Yeah.
right? For the day you choose confetti.
Yeah. Love it.
Well, you mean the world to me. And we've walked along parallel lines for at least a year or two.
Yeah.
And I get to be in your presence. And I thank you for that.
Oh, I thank you for that.
And
I appreciate it so, so much. And
we,
your message to me after reading that, that's why I do what I do. And, I'm a words of affirmation, love language person, but it's more than that. I know that writing my feelings and my insights and my journey makes a difference for other people. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of impact
Mhm.
and the way I want people to feel. So thank you for just taking the time not only to read it, but then to say something. Um, and I think we all need that.
It was the perfect delivery to the perfect moment in my little teeny bitty life over here out of that
Mm.
Substack. Now, I know you're not here to make money. You have plenty of money. You already said that. But if you would like to be known as a referral for the right type of person who's looking for the
Mm.
right kind of solution, what kind of solutions are you providing and would you care to share?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I have two solutions. One for entrepreneurs not yet making $250,000 a year. And it's a course that I've put together over the last 6 or 7 years. And there's almost 60 modules of the course, everything online learning. Everything's been re-recorded and bonused every lesson within the last year.
great,
And there's 8 jumpstart modules to that course over that you do over 8 weeks to get you to income faster. Nobody wants to be in a coaching program for a year before they learn how to make money. So um, I made a course that has live coaching every week, and It's $97 a month if you pay for the year in advance. And it's everything I needed when I got started online.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't be happier to have this conversation, and I feel like it's the right time for a good message. And it came from you
Well,
and
I'm
me
happy.
and our conversation.
Anytime you need a good message, I'll find one for you.
Thank you so much. It's
You're
so good to
welcome.
see you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Pink Lady Posse Podcast, where women go from what now to what's next. Come join us at pinkladyposse.com, where we share community, resources, and tools to support your next beautiful chapter. With love, light, and a little lipstick. See you next time.